Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, because you have a friend of the media, which is me, here to answer all of your questions regarding this Carolina Panthers team. And as you may imagine, lots of transactions to go over that took place today. There was lots yesterday, and there's going to continue to be some more. But my job is to keep you informed and up to date as we head into that week one matchup in New Orleans, where I will be live pregame, getting you up to date on everything regarding this Carolina Panthers team at that point. Pregame shows are always 2 hours before the game starts, so just remember that. And do me a big favor, please, big favor. Go ahead and like this video. Just get in the habit of doing that, all right? It's free, doesn't cost you anything, helps me out tremendously to continue to grow. So let's go ahead and get into it because we have quite a few things that happen. So, all right, yesterday we had to sign our, create our 53-man roster. And then we got to go through waiver claims, and then we pick our practice squad. So before we start claiming guys that got waived yesterday, we had to do some housekeeping ourselves and waive some players. So we're going to go ahead and put it up on the screen right now. The players that we first had to waive to make room for all the new players that came in today. So that would have been wide receiver Amir Smith-Marset. That would have been guard Cade Mays. Now, Cade was our 2022, I believe, 6th-round pick. Cade Mays was a 6th-round pick. So we got basically almost 2 years and hadn't made the team. Could come back on as a practice squad, but I doubt that because, as I'm going to show you here shortly, they already made most of their practice squad. I'd say a little bit more than half of their practice squad signing so far. D-Weiss is still waiting for a wide receiver announcement. This can't be it, especially for injury purposes. Nah, this isn't it. Spoiler alert, I'll tell you. This is not it, but we have some good information for you. So, Cade Mays, cornerback Deshaun Jameson, defensive tackle Jaden Peavy, and then these last two were some undrafted free agents, which, of course, a lot of people were excited about. I was excited about. It's always really nice and fun to cheer for the underdog. Wide receiver Jalen Coker, he was waived, and safety Damani Richardson, he was waived. So before any of these guys that we waived today have a chance to be on our team, they have to go through waivers, and then they have the ability to be picked up as a practice squad player or even a 53 if they so desire, but that's highly unlikely. So it's going to be at least a day before any of these guys have the opportunity to come back and be on our practice squad. So we'll see about that. All right, let's continue to move through here. So once you waive the guys, then you can bring in the new guys that you had your scouts out there scouring the waiver wires to see if a guy came available. And they did. It was several guys that the Carolina Panthers picked up. So let's go ahead and start with that list. Cornerback. Look at this. So right off the bat, something that should stick out to you is the number of cornerbacks. 1, 2, 3 new cornerbacks were signed. Anyway, cornerback Keenan Isaac. Cornerback Shamar Bartholomew. And cornerback Tyreek Castro Fields were picked up. So something I wanted to talk about is these new cornerbacks. They're all guys that are over 6 feet tall. Interesting, right? Because the guys they have let go have been guys that are a little bit under 6 feet tall. So that was something that Mike K over the Charlotte Observer pointed out. I want to share with you all. That is, interesting and factual. These guys are taller and longer. Maybe a sign of how they want their defensive backs to be in the secondary with Ivero. So continue to move through this list. We also have, I'm sorry, that's the wrong list. Here we go. We have, stop that, buddy. We have outside linebacker Jamie Sheriff, linebacker John Radigan, and guard Jared Kingston. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we picked up to get some depth, quite a bit of depth at that secondary position. All right, so we've gone over those who have been waived, those who have been claimed, and of course, today is the day that the Carolina Panthers and all the NFL teams for that matter can begin assembling their practice squad. And so we started to assemble our practice squad. They are, round of applause for this one here, Jordan Matthews, tight end. So the applause for Jordan was because he makes my Good Guy Award. Got a chance to hear his story in the NFL about being a wide receiver, coming over to a tight end, just his outlook on life. So seems like a really, really good guy. Running back Mike Boone, he's back. Safety Alex Cook is back. Linebacker Chandler Wooten is back. Defensive lineman TJ Smith and Walter Palmore, as well as outside linebacker Kenny Dyson, guard Mason Brooks, and quarterback Jake Plummer. So what do you notice about these guys? Well, they were all guys that were previously on the Carolina Panthers team, made it. And so essentially these guys are able to quickly be back on the practice squad because they're able to pass their physicals. And that's part of the process. So until a guy passes physical and you know he's on a team, you don't want to announce him as being on your practice squad. So I'm quite sure that tomorrow we're going to see the rest of the practice squad. So if we signed, I think that was 9. Let me pull that back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, that was 9. So that is going to get us 16. So we got 7 more to go on that end. And I gotta do this right here. Gotta do this. So
Super Chat.
Why do I have to do that? Let's do it one more time.
Super Chat.
Sorry for coughing. I thought I hit the mute button, but I didn't. So super chats are so important to me because we're an independent media supported 100% by viewers, super chats, and members. It's a lot of money covering this team. Not your problem, but just to let you know, those who can contribute, we need it. That's how we grow. That's how we're independent and able to do so many things that you all want us to do. This year, I'm going to start a new show. Hold on, I got a cough here. This year, I'm going to do a new thing where for each game that I travel to, and I'm traveling to 100% of the away game. So I need your support if you're able to give it $1, $5. We also have our Zelle. So let me get off that. Panthers Kingdom podcast. Gonna miss Amir Smith-Marset. How many people are on the roster right now? Jordan Matthews is a dog. So we have 53 that are on the roster. We have 9 that are on our practice squad. So that's a total of 62. And then we have a number of players that are injured, on some type of injured status. I don't know that number off the top of my head. I'm going to guess about 5. And then I also have some transactions that I don't have a screenshot for. So, again, 53 plus 9, 62. Number of guys that are on the injured status. And then we have the ability to sign 7 more to the practice squad. Panthers Kingdom podcast. Appreciate you very much. Salute to you for supporting Charlotte Vibe and what we're doing around here. So that was the practice squad. So you know me, I like to also get you all up to date on, hold on, my 3-year-old is up again tonight. He's climbing under the desk. Buddy, just stay there, don't move, okay? You want to get in my lap? All right, come on, get in my lap. Yes, I'm a dad. Yes, I'm a husband. I'm a person. As I always like to say, just like to be authentic and report and doing my coverage for the Carolina Panthers. Get to know me, get to know this little guy, Cyrus, as well as the rest of my family. But let's go ahead and finish talking about this Carolina Panthers team. There's always things I like to keep you guys up to date about. And I thought it would be intriguing to know, well, what former players and what they're doing now that are still in the league and how they're doing. So, again, shouts out to Mike K over the Charlotte Observer. He was able to get this list together before me, so I want to give him credit for it. But I'm going to show you some interesting moves throughout the NFL that took place today with former Carolina Panther players. So, Defensive end Deshaun Williams, he was waived out in Buffalo. And I didn't put this on here, but all these guys have been waived by their current teams. That was running back Deontay Foreman. He was waived out in Cleveland. Offensive tackle Cam Irvin was waived out in Houston. Guard Chris Reed and C.J. Henderson were waived out in Houston. And wide receiver Robbie Chosen was waived out there in San Francisco. And quarterback P.J. Walker, he was waived. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I just wanted to share that with you because I always like to kind of keep track of guys, see if they're doing better or worse, or if they're just retiring. Not really hoping they do worse, but just wanting to keep track of them to their Carolina Panthers. So things that I don't have a graphic for that I also want to bring to attention, which is related to, I think it was Super Chat. I'm sorry, Panthers Kingdom podcast. Question was regarding the roster size. So we have guys that were waived with an injury. And what that does is give other teams the opportunity to pick them up. But the biggest thing that the team is trying to do at that point is, sit back a little bit, buddy. The biggest thing that teams are trying to do at that point is offload some money, right? Because if they get picked up, then the other team gets over that contract. But if they don't, then they come back and they get on IR with us. And then typically we're going to go ahead and either decide that we're going to go ahead and keep that player or we're going to go ahead and waive them due to an injury settlement. So that happened for a couple of players. That happened for quarterback Jake Luton. He was waived with an injury settlement, as well as cornerback Lamar Jackson. He was waived as well with an injury settlement. So again, Lamar Jackson, cornerback, waived injury settlement, and Jake Luton waived with an injury settlement. So that'll be all the changes that get you up to date with the latest roster moves as of 9:59 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So hope you all enjoyed that. Let me see if there's a few. Let's see if I can get to one more. We didn't have any of our members jump on. Typically, the members jump on when I'm scheduled. I didn't schedule this one. This was just a, boom, here it is broadcast. Let's see what I could get covered here. Oh. Let me also tell you this. One of the surprises to me, you can, I guess it's debatable how big of a surprise you want to say it was, but wide receiver Terrace Marshall Jr. is now on the practice squad of the San Francisco 49ers. Again, wide receiver Terrace Marshall Jr., the product out of LSU, was waived the other day and today has been picked up by the San Francisco 49ers practice squad. So that's another tidbit update for you all out there. Robert Flores says, good evening. Well, good evening to you, Mr. Flores. And let me see if I can get through one more here. Just a comment from Leonard Kowalski. Good evening, Chris and Panthers Nation. Man, I'm so bummed we waived Amir Smith-Marset. Yeah. And Zach says, you mentioned you knew something about wide receivers. I'm not sure what you may have heard there, interpreted. At the top, I was asked if there was some wide receiver news for something big, and there was not, is what I made a comment of earlier. And then I just went through the wide receivers that we lost, the cornerbacks that we signed, and one of our wide receivers being signed to the San Francisco 49ers practice squad. So hopefully, Zach, that gets you up to date. And hey, we're going to continue to bring you coverage every day. And, these past few days, things have been so fluid. I haven't been able to have a longer, deep dive type of video, but I guarantee that is coming up. So be on the lookout for that. And again, new video that I'm going to start doing, all the away games. I will be there. And so what I'm going to do is have a fully dedicated Q&A the night before the game to answer whatever questions that you all have. And I got to start getting you ready for it, because this is what we do. We go live for the reason and purpose of interacting with you all, right? So I love the comments, but what I want most is for you to call in And of course, because it's online, it's video. It's a video call-in. So if you'd like to call in, talk to me directly, tell me your question, just vent about something, whatever it may be, that night before show will be your opportunity to do it, as well as my day after game shows. There's an opportunity for you to call in. So the link's not out there yet, but get ready for it. Please call in, talk to me. You get to see me and interact with me all the time. I want to see all of you, as many as I can, interact with you and answer your questions directly. All right. So that is it for now. I'm Chris Jenkins. This is Lil CJ for Charlotte Vibe, covering the Carolina Panthers. We'll see you soon.